Yo, what's going on, family? This is Marquise, and we are back with another video from the prompt. I got my guy Don Digital here with me, and how is it going today, Don?
What's going on, Prompt Family? I'm doing good, my brother. Excited, for another recording. I know it's going to be fire. Yeah, man, I'm blessed. Can't complain.
No, good to hear, man. Well, today we're going to be talking about how to actually save a lot of money on generating AI images and videos, because that's what we're all doing now. We're all using AI in our businesses to use for photos and for videos. And a big problem that you have is there's so many different video generators and image generators that you'll find yourself having to get locked into all of these different monthly subscriptions to use different stuff. So, say for example, you got ChatGPT, it can generate that's a subscription. You got the Google, the Nano Banana. I know you've used Nano Banana a lot, right, Don?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And so that has a subscription that you have to sign up to. You got to have the Google account, especially if you want to be able to generate a lot of images without a cap. And then on the video side, you got stuff like Kling. And, of course, with the VO3, that's another video. You got Sora, so many different models. And so you find yourself having to log in. You got like 10 different tabs open trying to use all these image generator tools and video generator tools. Well, today in this video, I'm going to introduce you guys to a cool tool that I just came across. I had been hearing about it a lot, but recently I've been able to use it, and I must say I'm liking what I see so far. And it's called Higgsfield.ai. Now, have you heard of Higgsfield before, Don?
I have, man, but I haven't had the pleasure of using it yet, but I'm seeing it all over social media. The videos are extremely dope. So I'm excited to see, how it works in real time because I haven't, used it at all. So
Yeah, now Higgsfield is really cool because I said it allows you to basically, like right now, I got one tab open. If I was using all the other tools, ChatGPT, Google, the Kling, I would have to have a tab for all these different tools open. Right now, I can just come into Higgsfield and everything that I need is right here. And I'm going to start with the pricing just because that's where it's going to make the most sense to people is because, you don't want to have too many subscriptions. So with Kling, it allows you to really just cut the cord if you want to and actually be able to have access to all of these different models for very affordable rates. So right now I'm testing out the different plans. Right now I'm just using the basic plan, but it allows me to do image creation and also the influencer studio. But it really gets cool when you go up to stuff like the ultimate plan, especially if you're going to be doing a lot of image generation and also video, because you get unlimited access to stuff like the Nano Banana, Flux, and then also seed stream where you can do different things as well when it comes to the image and the video. And so now you're not having to pay like, clean $15, $20 a month, ChatGPT $20 a month, and all these other ones. You literally now have access to it all from one place, especially if you're a creator and you're making a lot of content. This is definitely going to make a lot of sense to you. Because I don't know about you, Don, but I'm finding that same problem that with all this cool stuff that we can do in AI, it's just really causing my bill to go up because I'm having all these different subscriptions I got to use.
yeah, man, I think that's something that people don't really talk about. And honestly, I didn't really think about it until you just mentioned it. I definitely have about like five to maybe seven different subscriptions that I got to pay for every month that do different things. But this is fire that it's kind of like a one-stop shop. But yeah, man, it's definitely a price tag, but then you got to manage it. You got to have eight different tabs open every time we're working on a project. So definitely
Yep.
something I can relate to.
Yep. And it's a super simple tool to use. Like the homepage is definitely flashy, a lot of things going on just to show what you can use. But if you just start here at the very top, bro, it's really hard to get lost. And then you can see all of the cool things that you can do in here. So, very first thing is like creating an image. You can come in here and it brings up the prompt generator, and then you have the ability to use all of these different types of image generators. So, you're not just having to use Nano Banana or Kling or something like that. You got all of these different ones that you can use because let's be face it, they all are good. They all work a little bit differently. So now you can kind of come in here and say, well, how does Higgsfield Soul work against Nano Banana? You can create one in one and create one in the other, and then now you can download them both, split test them, use one or the other. But you see the ability that you have. You can come in here and change the aspect ratio, which I think is super cool, especially like if you're trying to do something that's going to be specifically for like the vertical, or if you want something to be the long form. You don't have to get confused about which option to actually select. It's already there. And then you can say if you want to be like 2K, 4K, or whatnot. And then also how many batches. This is another feature I really like in softwares like this, is where maybe you wanted to generate it maybe like two or three different ones at the same time so you can pick the best one. You don't have to just come in here and prompt it three different times. You can just say my batch size is three, and then it's going to automatically generate three different types of images for me. And so you can see all of these different features that you can use. It's just so many. The one that I've actually found myself using a lot recently is the image upscaler, because no one wants a grainy looking photo. You want your photos to be crisp and clean, especially if it's a photo that maybe I took some years ago or with an older camera. You want it to look good. And I've been using this a lot along with another application we've talked about before called HeyGen, where I can take a picture of myself and then I upscale it to look really, really crisp and clear. And then I use that in HeyGen to create like my video avatars. So that's kind of like my workflow is. Like if I come in here to image upscale, basically it just has this little slider just to kind of show like how blurry an image can look. Or with the image upscale, it can be super, super crisp.
Wow.
And it does it in like super fast. So like these are like some images that I've been playing around with here, to where I had Google Gemini create me an original, and then I had came in here to have the tool upscale it to like 4K and 8K, to where they're like super crispy now. So even if I made them super large, they don't lose the same quality as they would the originals would have. So I've been able to come in here with all of these different like images of myself of just testing. And like I said, I created the original in Google Gemini, but the quality wasn't as crisp as I wanted it, and then I was able to put it in here. But even if you have older photos of yourself, you can literally just come in here and then you say how much you want it to scale up to, and you say upscale, and then it gives you a super crisp photo. So then I just take these photos and then I go into another app that I'm using, just so you can kind of see how my workflow is, called HeyGen. And then we go into my avatars here. So like you can create, like I have one here that I've done so far. So then I just upload those avatars here, so then I can use them for creating content or whatnot, talking head content and things of that nature. But this here is a complete AI generated image of me. And I'm literally wearing the same shirt right now. So you can see I pretty much look the same, right? Same guy, right? Man, these images, it's just to show you how good these image generators are. And then when you use something like Kling to upscale it, man, it's like professional quality. Like I'm literally look like I'm sitting in the background there.
Man, this is dope. Can you do image to video as well, like on here specifically?
You can, yep, you can do image to video as well. So that's the different options that you have. So
Okay.
each one of these, I would suggest just kind of like reading through them, because it kind of shows you
Right.
exactly which one of these tools can do here. And so, for instance, another one that I really like, especially if you're trying to do something like image to video, is Storyboard. Like you can come in here and have it create you like a storyboard, and then you have that storyboard to where now you can say, you know what, I'm going to go to the video tool, and then I'm going to create a video for each one of these items in the storyboard. And that's kind of how you would make a motion cinema movie, right? You would say, for instance, you might have like six different scenes, like right here, right? So you come into this this storyboard tool, and then you have it help you create how many different scenes you want for your storyboard. And then you can come into like the video generator. And so then you just take all of these images that you have from the storyboard and put it together. And now you've literally so easy to manage, because they literally just have a whole feature just for storyboarding. So like if you're trying to create some type of clip, specifically like for instance, if you're trying to create like some type of social media ad, some type of marketing ad, and you want it to be, for instance, I saw one that was really cool the other day where the subject matter is a little crazy, but it was an ad showing like the destruction of all of these crazy monuments that happened in historical times, like the Pompeii and the volcano erupting, and something happening here and the Titanic sinking, and it was like a comedic relief version of that, where somebody made an ad for their business, but they probably used a tool, I'm sure, like Higgsfield, where they're able to create those scenes, each one of them, and then you can come in here and then use the video tool to actually create the video from it.
Man, that's dope, man. Wow.
Yeah, so overall, man, I'm really liking this tool so far, and I haven't even been able to scratch the surface for it. But all of the main things that you see people using for image and video are all here, like Sora 2. Sora 2, super, super popular. So you got Sora 2 videos that you can create here. You can come in here, and if you want to create VO 3 videos, you can come in, so you can select video 3 and select those. And all you have to do really is just change the model. Everything is here in one place. So if I want to use the Google, I want to use Juan, I want to use Kling, I want to use the built-in Higgsfield one. All you literally do is just change the model. Of course, you got to be on the right payment plan for those to work specifically. And then the sky's the limit. All you got to do is just prompt it and it's ready to go. Create your images and videos from there.
Man, this is so fire, man. It's just think about the amount of money that you're saving. Like these are production style videos that are already ready to go. Like imagine you had to create this from scratch. You got to get a videographer, get a model, editor, lighting, microphones, like all this stuff. And now like you can create content at scale. And you know me, I'm somebody that runs ads, right, nonstop. And content is normally the bottleneck for everybody that I work with, right? So now we have the ability to create high quality content at scale, from the lowest level to the highest level. So now there's like no longer excuses, right? You can create apps in a weekend, you can create content within minutes, clone yourself, clone your voice, do all this cool stuff. And it allows you to not just scale, but to get your ideas off the ground much quicker than it ever has been before. But I'm super excited. I never used this before. I've seen it everywhere, but just you breaking it down like this, like it's definitely something that I'm going to start using probably today. Like
Yeah,
honestly,
I mean, it's really for the affordability of it, even if you started at the lowest plan just to get started and just having everything all in the same place. And then also you're just getting better pricing just using it through them. I think that's the most thing that I like about it is just everything's all in one place. Like
like
I don't have to think about where I'm gonna go maybe create my content from now. Like if I want to create a video, I know I'm just gonna log into Higgsfield. If I need to create an image, I'm just gonna default, I'm gonna log into Higgsfield because I know we can do those things and everything's all in one place. So Kicksfield, great job. You made some awesome software. In our future videos here, I'll definitely want to dive into more of the functionalities that it has because as you can see, there's some other cool stuff that you can do. Like you can edit things, so you can edit videos that you upload. You can swap out faces, so like face swap or whole character swap. So say for instance, if you saw a really cool image that you liked and you just wanted to swap the face to look like you can do that. And there's even a whole AI influencer functionality that you can come in here to design your own AI influencer that you can use for content going forward. So, like I said, there's just so much to love about this tool that definitely check it out, give it a shot. The link's in the bio. And if you decide to use it, just to note, this is, a paid partnership with Higgsfield. So I do get actually paid to promote these videos, but I actually am using the software personally. Like I literally, if you come here, I actually have paid for it myself. So I'm not even using the paid model that they gave me. I'm actually using it myself because I wanted to experience it and actually see if I like the software, and I do, and I'm gonna keep using it.
oh man, Hicksville, great job, great work.
Yeah.
This is dope.
So with that, as always, if you want to be on the cutting edge of things that's happening in the AI space, how to create content, automate your workflows, definitely make sure you subscribe to us and join the prompt because that's where we go behind the scenes, work with you shoulder to shoulder, and actually help you build stuff that matters. So with that, see you in the next video.
See you next time. Peace.